Hello teachers! Let's do a comic today. We're going to start today, but in the next video we're going to bring it to the next level of fun. Let's go to Pixton dashboard. Here on my dashboard I can click on Comic Builder, where I will be brought directly to the tab of my comics. Now there's a new feature in Pixton that they introduced about a couple of weeks ago, and these are the story starters. They're like your templates in Canva. If you don't really have inspiration, if you don't have an idea, if you don't really know what to do, which step should be the first one, there will be some Kickstarters for you. So let's take a look at this one. So you see, there are 3 panels already here. And then I can do the remix, which will bring me to my comic editor. Now, let's start from the blank. From the dashboard, I can either click on Comic Builder or go straight to My Comics on the 3rd tab. And blank comic. Of course, there should be a title. Let's take superheroes. So you can see that my panel is completely blank. These are like your slides in the Google slide, and this is the preview of each panel. So if I add a panel, it's going to add the blank panel. However, if I create something here, when I add a new panel, it's going to add exactly the same background. Today, we're just going to talk about the background, the focus, and the words. In the next video, we will add the characters and bring our comics to a whole new level. In the background, you can favorite certain backgrounds that you know you want to use from time to time or more often than the others. But you can see that there are thousands of backgrounds. It's very hard to decide which one to use just by scrolling through. So what I can decide is I can filter them by the ready-made filters that are already here. So for example, if I'm doing the superheroes inside, perhaps this could be an interesting background. I can narrow it down, so inside and chair, tables, and you can see I still have a lot of choices. I would have to spend hours scrolling through all the backgrounds. But if you remember what I told you in the previous video, if you know your content packs and if you are familiar with the content in the content packs, as well as with their names, it's going to be easy to narrow down your search. So for example, you see these are some of the content packs name, superhero. It's much easier to choose the background because they are all related to the superhero content. I'm going to choose this one for the next panel. I am going to duplicate exactly the same panel. And now I want to change a little bit. So what does that mean? I'm not going to completely change the setting, but I'm going to change the focus. So here the focus can be left or right. Okay. When I add the characters, you can see how the focus options change. I think this should be the first panel. Let's delete this panel. And if I click on Add Panel, and now I change the focus and I go to the location, I'm going to choose this one. And then I can just drag this one. Quite easy. I have 3 panels, I have changed the focus, and I'm going to add some captions for now, because I don't have any characters, so I cannot create really the speech bubbles. I think this one is much better. In the next video, I'm going to add some characters here. But before I do, let me show you one very interesting thing. Can you see the paw just next to this little dialog box? Look at this. So what we can do is we can add animals to our backgrounds. The animals are not yet the characters. I'm making this video in May 2022, so I'm hoping that in a few months' time, the animals will also be able to change their action. Animals are not yet characters, so we can't really give them any words or actions, but we can add one to a panel. So you can also move the animals up and down around the panel as well, in the same way as the characters, which you will see in the next video. Now, another interesting thing when it comes to the panels, if you can see this sun and the moon and half moon, we can adjust the lighting, but we can also give a weather condition. So it can rain, or it can be very windy, it can be very stormy as well. Now, another filter that you can apply is the color filter. We're going to explore that in the next video. It's very cool with the characters. And then, of course, we can add some other things in the background that are probably quite functional and useful for transitions. And then, of course, there are the onomatopoeias, which also can be manipulated to any position on the panel. The last thing I will show you is this camera, which means that you can actually add any background of your own choice as a panel. For now, we can only upload the photos as backgrounds. We cannot upload objects or characters. They have to be created within Pixton. But I think this is pretty neat. From time to time, if I need something for Classcraft, I just upload the Classcraft art and then use it as the background to the Pixton characters. It works well, doesn't it? What do we do at the end? We just click on Done. And we can find our comic in My Comics. We can first preview it. So this is my comic. From here, I can download it into different formats. I can print it as well. Or I can share it either on social media, or I can just copy the link, email it, and then anyone can see my comic as it is here. I hope that was useful, and I hope you're going to start creating your own comics in Pixton. See you in the next video when we're going to start using characters, and I'll show you what you can do with the characters. There are so many awesome features. See you in the next video.